What's up, PNP gang on, gang on, gang on, gang on, gang on, gang? I had to do it for Layah because she's not in this video today. It's your boy Layah.Phlo. We're coming back with a new video. Me and Layah have been talking about different segments, different things that we want to talk about in our videos. And one of the new segments we're gonna have is we ain't got a name for it yet, but it's gonna be basically about PNP gang, like about me and Layah, like what makes us who we are, what kind of struggles do we go through, what defines us. And this video right here is about you know, some of the history I have. Christmas is always a hard time for me. It sounds crazy, but Christmas is always a time where I gotta reflect upon things I've been through in my past, because back in 2009, my mom passed away on December 18th. You know, whenever it's Christmas time, it's always kind of hard for me. You know, I always gotta think about it. Like my mom, she passed away 6 days before Christmas, 7 days before Christmas. My grandfather died 6 days after Christmas. So that was a hard year, struggle, you know, it's something I have to deal with every year. And before I start, shout out to everybody who've been through hard times. If you lost anybody close, if you you know, if you had times you lost your friends, your loved ones, you know what it's like. You know that, you know, there's always a day, like most days are good, but there's always those days where we just kind of reflect upon it, might get a little sad, might think about it, think about the loss and about, you know, what it was like to, you know, go through those struggles. And nobody really understands that but you, maybe the people around you, but you're the one who understands like how hard it can be, you know, to lose a loved one, someone that you look up to, someone that was there for you whenever you needed them, and they're not there no more. So now you got to figure out life and how you're going to deal with life without that person. That's when my mom was a very important person to me. Like, she really taught me a lot. She whenever I had a problem, she was the one I called upon, you know. And well, she was one of the people I called upon. And when she passed away, it was hard, you know. It definitely broke my heart deeply. I never had dealt with, I mean, a lot of people have died in my life. I lost a lot of close friends, you know, a lot of relatives and a lot of people around me, but when she died, that was the one thing that really like just crushed me, crushed my soul, crushed my heart. You know, it's been 10 years. This is the 10-year, you know, mark this year, and still, you know, I still think about it. You know, I still do. Like, you know, she actually passed away from cancer, and if for anybody who lost a loved one to cancer, it's hard. You know, you watch your loved one go from being a lively, bright person to losing, you know, 50+ pounds due to the chemo, and it's hard. You know, just watching them become a fragment of what they were. You know what I'm saying? Like a piece of their self. Like that might, you know, especially if you really love somebody, it's hard to see that. You know, and you know, the situation, I was the next of kin because my parents had just got divorced. So when she was in that hospital, the doctors will only talk to me pretty much. So because of that, you know, I had to make all the decisions. And at times I was only let's see, when she was sick, when she died, I was 23 years old. So she was sick for about 2 years, year and a half or something like that. So during that time, I was the next of kin for most of that time. So that means that I had to make all the decisions. Like, there was times when they were like, yo, you know, she's gonna die, or, you know, she's on this respirator and she didn't want to be in it no more. If you don't know what that is, that's a tube that makes you breathe. You know, it goes into your lungs or whatever, and it actually like inflates your lungs and makes you breathe. And she was, you know, she had to be on and off that thing, going through she was in the ICU a lot. And, you know, they came to me one day, they were like, look, you know, we don't want to put her, like, we feel like the only thing that's keeping her alive is the ICU and the machines. She's like, so look, the next time that they go on this machine, we think that we should just let her, you know, just let her die. So I was like, look, it was a tough choice. It was on my shoulders. I said, look, when that day comes, you call my phone and I'll make a decision. Then I can't make that decision right now. So, you know, they called my phone like a week later. They're like, yo, you know, if you don't put her on this respirator, she's gonna die. I said, put her on the respirator, bro. I'm like, listen, that's not my decision. I'm not God. I'm not gonna have myself and my whole family feel like it was my fault she died. So I said, put her on that respirator. And I was 22 years old dealing with this. This is like life changing. I had to grow up so fast, you know what I'm saying? Like, I remember right before she got sick, we were at a restaurant, me and my dad and my brother and sister. It was Easter. I think it was Easter, I believe. And we were all good. Me and my dad tend to argue every now and then. So me and him started getting a little arguing. A little something, you know what I mean? You know, I can't remember what the argument was about. It was probably something stupid. All of a sudden, like, she fell out. She just fell out, like something happened. I was like, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? So we brought her to the hospital. Turns out she had cancer. T-cell lymphoma. You guys see all these ads about non-Hodgkin's T-cell lymphoma. That's what she had. So all these little ads you see everywhere talking about Monsanto and chemical Roundup or whatever. I don't know if that's where she got it from, but if it is, fuck you, Monsanto. Fuck you, Monsanto. Fuck you, Monsanto. I don't know about that, but you know, I just remember like just going to visit her in the hospital, holding her hand. Like, I was the doctors came to me and they told me that the percentage of chance she had to live was low. She didn't have much of a chance of living. I didn't tell nobody. For a while, I didn't tell nobody about it. I knew the truth. But the doctor told me that if I tell my brother, my sister, my dad, and everybody what the odds she had of living, they would have, you know, they wouldn't have been there to support. They would have been walking up to her sad, crying, and all that. And she needed strength. So I could not tell nobody what I knew. I had to hold that in. I was 22 years old, holding in that knowledge, and that was probably the biggest burden I ever carried on these shoulders. You know, day in, day out, I knew what was happening. I knew she was gonna die, and she fought. She fought. She lasted for like 2 years in the chemo. Like, she was like 90 pounds when she died. It was sad. You know, every time I went to the hospital, no one knew what I knew, and I'd sit there and it would just eat me up inside, having to hold that information in. And yeah, I mean, when she finally passed, when the day finally came, like, you know, I went to go, because, you know, I was working a lot, and I didn't really get to see her around the time she died. I didn't see her much. My brother went and seen her a lot, and I'm glad he did, and he sat down with her while she was still like able to talk. And he asked her all the questions he had. Because when someone's passing away, if you don't ask them questions that you want to know, you'll never get the chance again. And I actually never went and did it. I never got to ask her some questions that I want to ask. I thought, even though the doctors told me what was going on, deep down in my heart, I believed she was going to survive. She was going to make it through it. She'd always say, I'm strong. My mom's Dutch. She was born in the Netherlands. I'm half Dutch. So she would always be, I'm a strong Dutch woman. I'm going to keep fighting. I'm going to keep fighting. I remember there was one day when I went and visited her, and she was writing on a paper, you know, because she had the ventilator in her mouth. This is around the time the doctors told me that they feel like she's, you know, it's time for her to go, and I told them no. Anyway, I was in the hospital, and she was writing. We were asking her questions, and she was writing the answers. She couldn't talk, and I still have the paper now. Like, it breaks my heart, but sometimes I come out, I pull it out, and I read it, you know, and it says, I just want to die. She didn't want to live no more, because it's such a struggle. She was tired of suffering. And I mean, I want to say we were kind of selfish by not giving her a wish. I mean, we could have let her pass away, but it was just like something inside that said she was going to end up living. And, you know, but the crazy thing is while she was dying, she actually, I think she already had met this dude, because my parents got divorced not too long before she got sick, maybe like 2 years before she got sick. Because just a little backstory on this, she was diagnosed with lupus for like 2 to 3 years. They said she had lupus. In all reality, it was skin cancer. So she had these like lesions on her skin and whatnot, little lesions, and they were giving her lupus medications to try to prevent it from, you know, becoming worse. And it turns out that it was never lupus, it was skin cancer. So by the time we found out she had cancer, she was already stage 4. For those of you that know about cancer, stage 4 is the worst. Like I said, like if you're stage 4, it means that the cancer is in 4 or more organs. It turns out it was everywhere. We did all the tests in her spine, her brain, you know, just everywhere. Anyway, back to what I was saying. She actually met a guy while she was sick. I think she already knew him, but dude took all his interest in her because she was sick. She ended up marrying this man in the hospital. She married him in the hospital. like literally like 6 months or less before she died. So this man just came in out of nowhere. And now at this point, he was the next of kin. So now he was the one in control, not me. So it was somewhat of a burden off my shoulders, but she didn't live much longer after she got married. And my opinion is that this man came in just to get the life insurance. He was trying to get something from my mom. As a matter of fact, I wouldn't mind killing that motherfucker, to be honest with you, but hey, I think anybody would feel that way. You know what I'm saying? So when he came around, I really didn't like him. He actually did a couple things to disrespect me. I never liked that man. But anyway, back to the point, you know. It was hard, you know, like the last day, like I said, like I didn't really see her a lot near the end. I didn't, because I didn't realize it was near the end, and I was working a lot. I was getting behind on bills. There's a lot of things going wrong for me because I was so focused on that. I had to take him into work. But the last day, you know, I pulled up. Just something told me. My aunt told me, she was like, listen, I think this is going to be the day. Like, I need y'all to come. So me, my brother, my sister, and my brother's girlfriend at the time, we all showed up on the same time. She was there in the bed. She was knocked out. Like, she wasn't opening her eyes. She was completely, like, basically, I'm not going to say she was unconscious, but she was like, you know, she wasn't able to open her eyes or just talk to us at all at this time. So we just lay with her. You know, she was in the bed. She was at hospice now. So she was actually at that dude that she married there. She was at his house, his apartment. And, you know, we all surrounded her on the bed and we just lay with her and we just try to like talk to her. And, you know, me and my brother were both rappers. So we actually wrote a song to her and we actually rapped it to her right then. And we told her how we felt. And, you know, that day never left my mind, you know. We sat there, we all fell asleep there actually for a minute, like, on her bed all together, like, and then, you know, finally after like being there for several hours, she just opened her eyes. Her eyes had not opened all day, she didn't say a word. Her eyes opened up, and then at this point it was my brother, my sister, my brother's girlfriend, and my aunt, and me. And of course him, but he don't count. Her husband. So we just all sat there, and she opened her eyes. She looked at us all in the eyes. She died. You know, that was probably the hardest moment in my life. I was 23 years old. You know, I still didn't really understand life. I was still lost in a lot of ways. I didn't know what. I was still trying to find myself, and I had to grow up real fast that day. I know there's people out there who lost their parents at a younger age than that even. You understand what I'm saying? Like, that is a struggle that no one will understand it. You know, I meet people all the time and they be like 60 years old talking about they're going to visit their mom. I just be like, yo, what? Like, people don't understand how blessed they are. When I go out in these streets and I'm out here in these stores and I see these people mistreating their mom, I look at them like, bruh, you have a mom, bro. You have a mom. For all those people who don't talk to their mom, they don't communicate, like, you have a mom. You only get one mom. Why would you mistreat her? You know what I'm saying? I know there's moms out there who be on some crazy stuff and y'all have history, but look, you gotta learn to forgive, man. You only get one mom. My mom was a great person. She taught me so many good things. Yes, she had flaws, but she was a great person and she taught me a lot of things that are good in me. I learned from her. And when she passed away, like, I got into a dark place for years. Like, so many people died. So many people died before and after that. Like, it just like crushed me. I didn't know who I was. I had to find myself. I'm just now finding myself. Just now. My son was born a year after my mom died. He was born on February 25th. He was born a year and 2 months after my mom died. My mom will never meet my son. That's what breaks my heart more than anything. The fact that my mom will never meet my son, that is the hardest part of this whole thing. That breaks my heart deep. You know, they'll never meet each other. And I mean, I know it don't sound that crazy, but if you were me, you understand, like, yo, that's hard. And oh, like, my son is a great kid. I love my son. I just wish he could meet her one time. You know, that's, if I had 3 wishes, that would be one of them. I would want me and my son and Layah to just spend a day with her. You know, a lot of people can just call their mom. A lot of people can just write a letter. I can't do that, you know. But yeah. Just gotta chill from, you know. Shit making me sad. I wanted y'all to know who I am and, you know, who we are. Layah's got some things she went through. She's gonna come up here and talk about in further videos. Like, I just want y'all to know, you know, like, we want to connect with y'all. You guys, you know, we love y'all. We appreciate all the support, and we want y'all to know who we are. You know, we're opening up enough to tell you the struggles we went through to make us who we are. Like, when I met Layah, like, I was still in a dark place. I met her almost 3 years ago. You know what I'm saying? My mom had been dead for 7 years when I met her. For those 7 years, I was in this dark age. I was doing crazy things. I didn't even know what life was. I didn't even know what love was, really. I lost grips of the meaning, you know, and when I met Layah, she pulled me out of the darkness. I was in a place where I was just like, I didn't know what I was doing. You know what I'm saying? I was lost. Let's just say that I was lost in a lot of ways. I mean, I'm not saying I was a drug addict and all that. That's not what I'm saying, but I was on some crazy stuff. And, yeah, you know, she found me, she grabbed my hand, she pulled me right out of it. You know, and she taught me a lot. And I appreciate her every day for that. She didn't even know what she did for me. Like, she showed me a whole new life. And she doesn't even realize what she did for me. Like, I was lost for years. I mean, it sounds crazy, you know, but it just, I don't know, like, I guess I just needed my mom, and I needed a lot of my friends I lost, and a lot of people I lost. I needed them. And without them, I was just lost. I had to find myself. Spent years searching. I finally found myself through Layah. So, you know, I'm not gonna take too much of y'all time up. The point of this video is, there's 2 points to this video. One is for y'all to know who I am. Who's D-Phlo? What did he have to go through to become the person he is? This is probably the worst thing I had to go through. You know what I'm saying? I've been through a lot of stuff. This was the worst. And, you know, watching her die like that, she died right in front of us. We watched that. I couldn't get that image out my brain. I still can't. It was on repeat in my brain for years. Just over and over and over. I was like, bruh, watching someone die is not an easy thing to do. If you ever see someone die, you'll know what the last breath is. I'm not going to get too detailed into what the last breath is, but it's not what you think it is. It's something you'll never forget if you see it. But anyway, so I'm gonna wrap this video up. I just want y'all to know that, you know, I love y'all. I appreciate all the support. It means a lot. You know, I didn't make this video to make y'all sad, or I did this so y'all could relate to me. Any of y'all who've been through this, you understand what I'm saying. This is what it is. This is true shit. I'm telling y'all real shit. Straight from my heart, you know what I mean? I hope y'all can take this and learn from it. Like, if y'all's relationship with your mom, dad, or whatever the case may be is not very good, maybe you should mend it. Maybe you should try to mend that relationship. I mean that. Like, I mean, sometimes they may have done some bad things, but hey, look, you only get one parent. You only get one person who cares about you like your parents do. You only get, they brought you in this world. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it hurt me a lot when that happened to my mom. I just don't want y'all to be in a situation where you lose your mom or your dad or somebody close to you, and you never really reach out to them and try to, you know, mend that. And now you regret. Don't regret. Just try. At least try. Just try. Give them a call. Let them know how you feel. Let them know, hey, maybe we should see each other. You know, like, just try. If they don't reach out back the way that you did, at least you tried. You know what I'm saying? Like, and, you know, another reason I did this video is just, you know, I want y'all to know, you know, who we are. You know, what struggles that we go through to make us. Me and Layah are strong people. We went through some stuff, you know what I'm saying? And this is the kind of stuff that makes us who we are. So, yeah, that's pretty much all I got to say about it. So, yeah, so y'all go ahead and, if you've been through a similar situation, hey, comment below. Let me know how you feel. Let me know how this video made you feel. If you haven't been reaching out to your parents, and because of this video you gave them a call, y'all had a good conversation, let me know in the comments. You know, one of my reasons for doing YouTube is to try to help help y'all through my experiences. Maybe I could say something to trigger something in you to make your life better. So I don't know, like I'm trying to do my part, you know. And but like I said, if this video inspired you to make a phone call or write a letter or email or whatever, text or whatever it is you do to someone, one of your loved ones, and now y'all you know, y'all had a good conversation, maybe y'all met up, comment below, let me know. If y'all have any other ideas for videos we should do, I mean, I know we do the pranks and the fun stuff, but like, you know, anything else that y'all suggest, let me know. You know what I'm saying? We're open for all suggestions. We're trying to give y'all the content that y'all want to see. You know what I'm saying? That's pretty much it. So I'm out. Make sure y'all subscribe, like, comment, share on your social media, and just, you know, appreciate every one of y'all. We appreciate it. Yeah.